While 2024 brought us some great K-dramas, there were also a few highly anticipated releases that ended up being total failures. The first one of these disappointing K-dramas is definitely Wedding Impossible. Although the overall reviews weren't necessarily bad, it's safe to say viewers expected a lot more. Wedding Impossible first caught everyone's attention with its very intriguing trailer, and of course the promised gay storyline making this one of the most anticipated releases of this year. Jeon Jong-seo portrays Na Ah-jong, an aspiring actress struggling to catch her big break, but luckily fate throws her a curveball at the right time. She's joined by Kim Do-won, who plays the role of Lee Do-han Ah-jong's best friend of 15 years. Here's the shocking part. He's the male lead, but he's also gay. Netizens were excited to see a refreshing portrayal of a gay male lead and a promising story that would break molds and explore love in unexpected ways. Unfortunately, things weren't that exciting after all. Do-han enters a fake marriage with Ah-jong just to appease his parents. Their pact takes a dramatic turn when Do-han's brother, played by Moon Song-min, enters the picture. They're all stuck in a big web of lies, and it gets incredibly messy. At first, viewers were not too mad about the show, as the chemistry between the characters was pretty impressive, and the story had some good twists. However, after a few episodes, criticism started flowing in about the overuse of certain tropes and cliches. Because it got so boring, tons of people thought the show dragged on too long. Netizens could easily turn a blind eye to this, but what they couldn't ignore was the unfulfilled promise surrounding Do-won's character. Despite being promoted as a story with a gay lead, the series barely delved into this aspect. Ultimately, the show's potential to be something groundbreaking in Korean television wasn't reached. Equally disappointing was The Bequeathed, which a lot of netizens were looking forward to since it's written by Yeon Sang-ho, who's created some very groundbreaking projects such as Train to Busan and Hellbound. Much like his previous work, this project showed us a thrilling story utilizing occult practices and shamanism to build an unsettling atmosphere. Fans were thrilled to give this occult drama a shot, but were devastated to find out the show doesn't live up to its expectations at all. The drama starts off pretty strong as it follows the story of Kim Hyun-ju's character who inherits her family's burial ground, sparking a sinister conflict with her half-brother, played by Ryu Kyung-soo. Although the first few episodes were great and paved the way for a very promising continuation, the show dropped into a slow burn, ruining the initial build-up. The pilot sets a scary tone with its creepy setting, but as the story progresses, the plot gets confusing and predictable fast. Even though surprising elements are added, reviewers claim the horror aspect feels too bland. As it isn't scary at all, critics have stated that it's not clear why the characters do what they do, and everything happens too quickly to even try to understand it. In other words, the story lacks depth, and the characters lack development. Hyun-ju and Kyung-soo did their best to save the show, as their performances were very well received. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough to make the drama a hit among viewers, and the disappointing finale definitely set that sentiment in stone. Fans were frustrated with the bad writing because there were just too many loose ends and unanswered questions. Another drama that was completely torn apart by reviewers is Captivating the King. This show is a tragic tale of love and betrayal. King Ye-in, played by Jo Jong-suk, isolated and untrusting, finds himself drawn to Kang Hee-soo, portrayed by Shin Se-ik-young, a woman seeking revenge who unexpectedly falls for him. Viewers complained about this show a lot because it's just another historical drama with the same repetitive elements. What also took aback the audience was the terrible costumes. In the drama, Se-ik-young is dressed like a man, but she wears lip gloss and a full face of makeup, so the disguise isn't all that convincing. The costume is actually so laughable it's hard to believe she'd fool anyone, let alone a king. Another point of criticism was Se-ik-young's poor acting, which the audience just couldn't ignore. Viewers also mentioned that the chemistry between the leads, whether due to poor acting or bad development, feels flimsy. While the story had a lot of potential, it didn't deliver. Next up is Hierarchy, which to many felt like a knockoff version of the Spanish show Elite. Some reviewers described it as being presented with fine wine but getting served water instead. Hierarchy follows the story of a student that transfers to one of the most prestigious schools in South Korea. Normally, only those who are chosen at birth can attend this school, but now that a transfer student has enrolled, chaos erupts. Viewers claim that the drama lures you in with a very exciting premise, but ends up giving you a story that's dull and not well written. According to a big part of the audience, it's fast-paced and not something you haven't seen before. It's about rich kids being reckless at a prestigious school while someone is out for revenge. In the K-drama scene, this is like the millionth show that covers the same theme. The worst part is that the revenge isn't executed well, meaning viewers thought it wasn't fulfilling. The drama and suspense of the show drops with the episode, so all the build-up in the first few episodes is in vain. The themes are repetitive, the characters aren't likable, and overall, the drama feels like a parody of the typical Korean high school drama. Last on the list is The Impossible Heir, which didn't manage to impress many viewers. This show promised a classic rags-to-riches story, with a twist, an illegitimate son, and his childhood friend aiming for a wealthy company's throne. Unfortunately for many viewers, the drama became a frustrating loop of cliches. The predictable plot ticked every K-drama trope imaginable, leaving audiences feeling like they'd seen it all before. One reviewer even called the characters cartoonish and impossible to take seriously. The complaints didn't end there, though, because viewers also pointed out the director's questionable choices, such as the weird editing, confusing time jumps, and a fundamental mischaracterization of the main characters. K-drama fans were looking forward to this particular show because of Lee Jae-wook's involvement. Unfortunately, even the cast's acting was attacked, left, right, and center by reviewers online. Most people seem to have a problem with the rather inexperienced actress, Hong Soo-joo. Netizens called her acting stale and even made fun of her facial expressions and pronunciation. So much hate was being sent her way to the point that compilations of her worst moments throughout the show went viral across several social media platforms. Overall, the ratings of the drama weren't great, and a lot of viewers actually dropped the drama mid-watch.